Can you talk about the gameplay itself and what role that weapons and vehicles will play as you traverse this world?
Sure. So I can't really talk about weapons because we are not fighting in this game. It's a puzzle. It's mainly a puzzle games with action sequences. You will also have a stealth sequence, for instance, and even exotic gameplay such as taxi driving and healing sequence also when you play Anna. What is important is we wanted to put some variety in the game, but we also wanted to convey the emotion the main characters were feeling to the player. So I spoke about Freddy, which was driven by his revenge. When you play him, you will be in action sequence because that's what we want to feel when you play him. You want to feel some domination, you want to feel some action. When you play Emile, who is a little bit older and he has to think through to pass the obstacle, it will be more puzzles, for instance. When you play Anna, who wants to help others, you will have to save people by healing gameplay. So yeah, it's a question of rhythm, but also a question of feeling the same things as the main characters.
What's the gameplay when you're playing as the dog?
So you're not playing directly as the dog. The dog is here to help you, to help all the characters, and you will have to find a way. You will have to think about how can this dog help me as a human. You know, what I mean is the dog has other abilities than you. He's smaller. He can smell. He can dig. He can go in some places you can't. The German soldiers, they will not see him as an enemy, for instance. So you will have to use it, but you will have to think about it. I can't tell everything without spoiling the puzzles, but that brings a challenge of how can I use him, you know?
What kind of research did you guys do on World War I, and how did you integrate that into the actual puzzles and story?
So we did, of course, a lot of research. What I can say is that every member of the team is really passionate about the subject, and they brought to the studio objects from their great-grandfather, you know. For instance, Johan, who is the content director, the first day of this project, he brought the dog tag of his great-grandfather, and it became a collectible in the game. Something also really I think important is that we added some historical facts, so that at any time you can bring those up, and they will tell you what really happened during this particular event you're living, you know. And so it's not mandatory, but if you want to learn more, it exists. It's in the game.
Why do you think we've seen over the years so many games focusing on World War II, and yet World War I has kind of been left alone in the video game?
I think World War II first is closer to us than the World War I. It's obvious, but it's more in our mind. And also, I think he probably was even more horrific than the First World War. Even if the First World War, as we put in the game, there are a lot of technological advancement, which was really new and terrific for the people at the time. For instance, we are introducing the gas and death by gas. That was the first time they saw this. They didn't know how to react. So it happens that you just don't know. You remove your mask, you breathe a little bit. And it's not some days later, it's some years after you will die because of this. We also bring the tanks because they were first used in the Battle of the Somme, so we will leave this also in our game. It was huge mechanical pieces, they never saw this. They were really slow at the time, but it was really impressive for the people. I wanted to say the soldier, but they weren't soldiers. They were, for instance, Emile is a farmer, and he has to be trained to become a soldier, but it's not his goal to be a soldier.